Alright, we're back. And another die roll victory. Alright. I'll keep 4 lands, Bolas, Hour, Spray, and a cat. Yeah, I think... I mean, this is certainly a hand that I would keep every time, but it's certainly not great. But there's a lot of powerful cards in this deck, so... Alright, our opponent's on 6 cards. Just lead with the Fumarole. Zombies again, maybe? Generally, Swamp Go is zombies. Alright, no plays. Okay with this. So, because I have Hour, I want to save Magma Spray for, stickier threats that are going to keep coming back. Use a Braid and other cards to handle the other ones. Lord of the Accursed. Like, I'm fine just like letting this sit and play. Yeah, I'm just gonna ride Bolas to victory here in this game. Another Lord of the Accursed. Which is fine. Alright, so here's an interesting decision point. Whether to fire off the Hour or not. So if I do fire it off, this is only bad for me if my opponent has Land Mastery, because I also have the Supreme Will, which can counter a Mastery. But I think I'd rather fire it off because I want to have... So my reasoning for firing it off is I want to have a buffer turn in between when I cast this and when I cast this. So like I can use my next turn to clean up whatever takes place, and then use the following turn to cast Bolas. Alright, and that's not even... Well, Diregraph Colossus is kind of bad because I can't kill it, but... So... I mean, I could double up on it, but I do have Bolas coming down next turn that can kill, so... Man, maybe I am supposed to just double up on it. I think I am, actually. Because I have these 2 counter spells, yeah. I think I lose by just getting the board flooded. Mastery. Yep. I can Supreme Will that. It's pretty good. Alright, so now untap land for Bolas. No, but Censor's pretty good. Censor lets me counter a second Mastery unless there's a land first, which we know that our opponent ripped the land for Mastery. So there's a reasonable chance that if they don't rip a land and have a second Mastery, they just slam that. Dread Wanderer instead. And Lord of the Accursed. Well, I'll start by cycling sensors to see what we find. Another Hour of Devastation. I still think that pushes me to counter this, because if I draw the land, then I can play Bolas and then have Hour to follow Bolas up, which is really strong. Land. Oh, yeah. That is phenomenal. Alright, so now I can exile the last 2 cards from our opponent's hand. No, or the game's just over. They don't let me have any fun with Bolas. So rude. Alright, so we just played against this deck last match, so we're going to board exactly the same. Cut these. Let's see, what did I cut before? I cut Essence Scatters and Disallows. Counter Magic's not great against zombies, generally speaking. Scatter is fine, but you don't really want to scatter some other creatures, and yeah. I think I'd rather just be set up like this. Just boatloads of removal. I'm going to keep this. Doesn't look great, but I think it's fine. We have a lot of land, basically if we draw lands, this hand is phenomenal. If we draw Gearhulks, this hand's pretty bad. We need to draw blue source, essentially. But this Magma Spray buys us a little bit of time. Sensor can buy us some time too. Crypt Breaker. Sweltering Suns. Suns is pretty good here too. Man, I would... Oof. Spire Bluff Canal would be to die for. Lord of the Accursed. I think I should just spray here and then cycle Sensor rather than counter this, because that sets me up for Sweltering Suns. It's a little greedy to cycle Sensor here, but I really need a land. Okay, it's a land. Oh, do I do it? Yeah, I think I have to. It leaves me unable to cast any spell in my hand, but it stems serious amount of bleeding, barring... I mean, there's a variety of cards that could play here that'd be bad. That being the main one. But we have Hour of Devastation, so assuming I can draw some blue lands. Nope. Oh, man. Harness Lightning would be great, too. Basic Land Island would be the perfect draw. Okay, Gonti is fine. Yeah, if I draw a basic Land Island here, I think I'm a favorite to win the game. And if I don't, depends, but I'm probably just dead. So 6, 6. Yeah. Yeah, so we didn't draw very well and this hand didn't pay off. I still think I would have kept. I keep the opening hand though. I mean, I definitely keep. We just got a bit punished. We don't have a draw, so we'll just concede. I'm gonna try Essence Scatter over a Braid. Actually, don't think a Braid is that good against zombies. And Diregraph Colossus is kind of a problem. And we saw Gonti as well, so I think having a counter spell is pretty good. Alright, so we'll play first. Dynavolt Tower is a good one, so keep, even though the rest of the hand is a little on the goose side. If we draw basically any spells, we're in good shape. Breaker. Yeah, I'll go ahead and kill it now. Just in case our opponent kept a loose hand and wants to make a zombie token. Deny them that ability. Mimic. Well, it sucks. I would have preferred killing the Mimic, so maybe I should have waited. Well, that's a good one. Hour of Devastation is quite a good one. That gives me a little bit, barring hand disruption, that gives me a little bit of, a feeling of relief. Oh, there's the hand disruption spell. So much for that. Jeez. Glimmer of Genius. Censor. Okay. I cycled there in case I found Supreme Will, Essence Scatter, Removal Spell, something to kill these creatures. Instead, I found a land. Oh, that transgressed the mind. Oh, that was so devastating. Yeah. Maybe I'll draw another Hour of Devastation. Okay. Interesting attack. Opting to deal 2 rather than draw a card. Can't say it, that's definitively correct or incorrect, but Harness Lightning. Okay. An interesting choice here. If I Harness Lightning Metallic Mimic, then I activate Dynavolt Tower. And I can shoot down the other Mimic or Crypt Breaker. So that's probably the play. So now the question becomes, which of these two do I kill? I think it's the Mimic. So that keeps future zombies from being huge. Stops the ability to draw a card, barring another zombie off the top. And by keeping Crypt Breaker in play, I give my opponent the opportunity to start drawing cards instead of dealing me damage, which I think actually favors me right now. I think I'd rather them just draw a bunch of cards rather than just deal me a bunch of damage. Yeah. Like I'm in a dangerous spot here, life total wise. Colossus. Alright, come on, top deck. Not good. A lot of lands and not the good kind either. I do have Fumarole, which can trade with this giant zombie token. And I do still have 4 sweepers in my deck. Torrential Gearhulks, etc. So, certainly not in a great spot, but is winnable. Boo. Alright, come on, Sweltering Suns. Hour of Devastation. Something. Maybe Dynavolt Tower's pretty bad. Hasn't done much this game. I don't know if it's done a whole lot in other games either. I mean, I think I've only had it one other time, but Transgress the Mind. Alright. Get to see my hand of 2 lands. Yeah, I mean, we might have lost this game even with that Hour of Devastation, just drawing like this, but Illumination, Gearhulk. Yeah, we had some good ones coming up. Alright, well, our undefeated streak has ended. We are now 3-1, but there is one more match left to go, so hopefully you'll stay tuned and watch the last match as well. Thanks.